My name is Pablo Durban. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Hydra Space. We call ourselves the Smart Satellite IoT Project. I'm going to try to explain why in the next 10 minutes. And hopefully, at the end of the presentation, you will agree with me. But yeah, first of all, let me give you a bit of market context on the market we are working on. We are a space and communication startup. So we're working for the space industry, which I have to say is a fantastic industry to be working for because it's full of amazing opportunities. I don't know if we will be a 1 trillion industry in 2040, but we're really fortunate to be in this industry. Being more specific, you know that 85% of the Earth is not served by terrestrial networks, so there's no cell coverage. This is creating a huge opportunity of telcos and satellite networks coming together that again is going to generate a lot of value in the future. But we are in a very specific satellite connectivity service. We are working to provide connectivity to IoT devices, Internet of Things, sensors, so providing information like temperature, humidity, position, pollution, salinity, sensors that are located in places where there is no cell coverage. So we're connecting these sensors using satellite. And this is a proposition that we think will appeal to industries like smart agriculture, infrastructure monitoring, maritime monitoring, environment, climate, all industries, all business processes that need to get data, small data, temperature, humidity, in places, in regions where there is no cell coverage. To be honest, there are quite a few companies out there trying to do similar things. There are big companies like Iridium or Starlink. They're trying to connect mobile phones to satellite. They are doing that by deploying massive constellations, thousands of satellites, using 5G, most of them 5G standard approaches. So they are taking a mass market approach. Of course, no one knows what will happen in 5-10 years, but it is a possibility that these guys will get a significant market share of this market. But we believe that there will be room, as we try to show in this picture, room for smart and agile companies that, using their own technology, can provide very efficient, vertically integrated, client-tailored solutions. So we're taking these guys, these big guys are taking a mass market approach. We are taking a very personalized approach with a very vertical and integrated proposition that I will explain. We want to be one of these companies, one of these smart companies, and we think we have the capabilities, we have the experience, we have a 125-year experienced team. We have the capabilities because we have launched satellites, we have built satellites, we have developed our own technology. We have already launched 8 satellites. We have 6 more scheduled in 2024, 2025. But most important of all, our key asset, our key proposition is that we have developed our own technology from scratch, end to end. We have developed our own satellites, very low cost, very affordable. This is one of the satellites. It's a real one. It's not a scale model. This is one of the satellites we built. We've done everything in-house, radio frequency, electronics, software, with a focus on optimizing cost and optimizing energy consumption. We control fully the platform from end to end, no dependencies from third parties. So we can do things like this. We can go to a client, like a client in the defense or military sector, and we can propose something that the big guys cannot do. We can tell them, okay, we can build a constellation of satellites dedicated to you, dedicated to your service. If you want to use sensors to monitor in a hostile or difficult to access area, you want to monitor troop movements, vehicle movements, nuclear or radioactive activity, border control. We can do that with an infrastructure that is wholly, completely controlled by you, 100% under your control. Your data never goes out of your infrastructure. All the constellation is dedicated, and all the service is integrated with your process and with your data. So we can build a custom and personalized constellation for specific customers. If I take this concept to a higher level, we think there will be several customers. Of course, many customers will go to the Starlink constellation, will go to work with Amazon or with OneWeb, with the large constellations, but there will be a significant number of customers that will be interested in these kind of requirements. Full control and sovereignty of the infrastructure, end-to-end security and data protection, a high degree of integration, being very agile in being able to launch satellites in months. So to these clients, we're saying, we can do this. We can do a constellation specifically for you. We can launch 8 satellites, 16 satellites for a very reasonable budget, let's say 5 million, 10 million, which is nothing for clients like governments, corporations, the military for sure, public agencies monitoring water networks, energy, maritime. We believe there will be a significant number of clients, and we are already starting to work with some of them, that will be interested in having their own satellite infrastructure, their own platform, okay? So we're implementing what we call a step-by-step strategy. We started the company in 2021, and since day one, we started working with clients and trying to generate revenue. In the beginning, we've been generating revenue by building satellites for third parties, doing IoT consulting, IoT integration, helping third parties test software or electronics in space. Our next step we'll take here, we're going to build, we're already discussing proof of concept in several segments, defense, maritime, for building small constellations. Each one of these proof of concept will include 1, 2, 4 satellites. So the cost will be something between $500,000 or $1 million. We're discussing this proof of concept with clients from the military, defense, maritime monitoring, agriculture. This proof of concept will evolve into dedicated vertical constellations. So this is the key concept for us. A customer can have its own constellation, its own infrastructure. And in the long term, we may be able to aggregate these constellations in a larger constellation to serve other customers. We're also taking some, we call side paths, side roads. We don't have always to use our own satellites. We can integrate our technology in third-party satellites, which has some advantages. And as I said before, the market is taking a path of implementing 5G satellite connectivity. We're not there. We're working with specific vertical integrated constellations for specific customers. But the thing is that customers are coming to us already and saying, hey, I know what you're doing. I understand your concept. It is not for me right now, but since you have the expertise, since you have the capabilities, you can help me implement this service here. So we can also position ourselves as we call a virtual IoT service provider. We can provide service using third-party satellites, third-party infrastructures. And in the long term, we will probably develop our own 5G standard solution. So we have our main path here and some opportunities that we are already starting to discuss with customers. And we have several opportunities around this concept of dedicated constellations, vertically integrated for specific customers. So just to summarize, in a nutshell, what we want to do, our mission, we want to enable clients to deploy their own tailored, efficient, dedicated IoT constellation, satellite constellation, with full control over the solution and over the infrastructure. That is what we want to do. And to do that, this is what we are, the finance we are looking for. We did an investment round in 2022, very small one, C1. So the founders, we still have more than 85% of the property. And now we're looking for 0.5 million with a pre-money value of 3.5 million to take this next step, to finance the proof of concept that we want to do and that we are already discussing with several customers in defense and maritime and agriculture sectors. So, yeah, this is it. Thank you very much for having me and questions.